how's it going? I'm still alive.
Amazing. Well, sit. Good, Vincent. The way you climb is a work of art.
Can't let anything slow me down. We've come this far.
There is no correct answer to this trial. So I'm going to ask a question of you, who has made it this far. I'm gonna ask you one more time.
This is the third question to freedom. Do you wish for the excitement of chaos?
Do you wish for the excitement of chaos? Let me know down in the comments below whether it's yes or no. Right off the bat, I'm just going to say yes. I love the sort of sense of drama and pressure, things going on, the chaotic feel of it. I don't know what it is, I just really enjoy it.
I see. This is the midway point here in heaven. I'll take you to the next trial. I'll be praying for a good performance. And for your success.
There's nothing to do but climb. I'm getting out of here.
So I'll be honest with you, I'm chewing on a Rice Krispie treat right now. That's just to make myself feel a little bit better. Because I've been having a pretty good day. But like I've said before, this game is fucking cursed. It even way before this game even, aired, when I was recording it, I remember I was having an issue the entire day to get it to actually record correctly. You can see the first time players usually said, or most of them said no. Good chunk of them said yes. But I remember ever since that day I've been having trouble recording this game. And then, it's just been every time I try to record something comes up. And even today, I turned the shit on and I was like, you know what, let me actually get this done. Fucking save file was missing. I forgot to save last time.
The fourth great trial is a narrow path to the final battle. The floors will crumble quickly. Use all your cunning to sprint your way to the top.
Fine. We'll just keep climbing then. Wait for me, Catherine.
Commencing Area 4. Are you ready?
Yeah, and then I had to go through the entire damn thing all over again, which thankfully wasn't that difficult. Oh my god, you guys are the worst things in the world. Which wasn't that difficult, thankfully. Last time, I had a lot of issues with it, but this time, since I played it so many different times, I didn't really have that much of an issue with it. That being said, I did... Oh my god, this is just gonna happen every time. These assholes are just gonna get in the way. Oh. Fuck off, man! Jesus, so annoying. Anyways, yeah, I had to go do the whole thing again. So then I started the episode over. This is the second time I'm doing the episode, right? Then I noticed that the audio wasn't recording for whatever reason. Oh my god, these things are the worst. Ugh, just because I want to go around. Now I gotta pull out this dumb asshole, step on him, just so I can come up here. There we go. I'm gonna take this, because fuck those guys. But yeah, it turns out my audio wasn't recording, which was really annoying. And I just ended up having to record over again, which really sucked. I mean, granted, it wasn't that big of a deal. The audio that I had wasn't, the best or anything like that. It's not like it was the biggest deal in the world for me to record over it. It was just the thought of it just happening, it's just for real. We're gonna start with this shit now. But anyways, last time I talked about an actual girlfriend I had. I don't remember if I gave her the name, but I think I did give her name. Her name is supposed to be Princess Paulina. Just a couple of things happened. I lost my virginity. A couple of interesting things did happen with that situation. But we ended up breaking up. I didn't really just say why I didn't say why in the last episode because it pertains heavily to what the next girl is about. The next girl is who I'm gonna go ahead and just call Princess Daisy. Is this girl that I met in? Why did I get stuck? Oh my god, I got stuck there. I was holding the freaking remote for the longest and it just didn't move, Vincent. Anyways, this girl that I met in high school, or sorry, not in high school, sorry, in a college. You know, I was in college at the time. I was a sophomore year. It was actually the first day of class, maybe even the second day of class. One of those two. I met this girl, and like immediately, like I did the whole, you know, you look around the class and kind of check everyone out, and you're kind of like, all right, looks okay. But she was one of the ones that stood out to me, and I remember, funny enough, the professor made us sort of do this thing where we like, by a show of hands, determined whether, or not determined, by a show of hands we showed whether or not we were in a relationship. It was a sociology class, so that played in part into something that she was talking about. I don't remember what exactly, to be honest. But then, the fucking dynamite. That's not good. I'm not gonna be able to make it in time. Yeah. Ugh. Maybe try it just really quickly. Come on, Vincent. Up, up, cross, and then across. I really want to get that money. Alright, let me see if I can go back. Nope. Nope. There's no way that I can do it. Okay, fine. Never mind. Anyways. Yeah, we did a show of hands to show who was in a relationship or not. I immediately looked towards her to see whether or not she put her hand up, and I was like, oh man. But it's really funny considering that, you know, I was in a relationship at the time, which was kind of scummy of me. Then wow, thank you for that. I didn't really pay much mind to it after that. I think, yeah, I didn't really pay much mind to it after that. It wasn't until like the next day of class, the class immediately preceding that one, where the professor had us do, stupid fucking asshole, I swear to God. So annoying! So annoying! God! Anyways. Man, I was really, I felt like I was doing really well, and then that dumb thing had to come and get in the way. We did, what was basically supposed to be speed dating, but it was, you know, speed homework, if anything, because we were just doing our assignment. And our assignment was to do that. Fuck you both! Jesus! Our assignment was to, you know, sort of pair up with someone, and then whenever she's, you know, announced it, we were supposed to switch and discuss with someone else. We were discussing some questions or something she had on a handout for us, right? I was being real sort of dumb, and I was kind of just being, no, not dumb, or I guess like cocky, I don't know what you want to call it. I didn't feel like getting up, so I just sat there, and for whatever reason people came to me instead, and I was like, yeah, which was fine because she ended up coming to me for one of her questions actually, and we, you know, we talked, and you know, things were all right, and then we ended up talking. Didn't really talk too much, like we kind of just talked about the assignment and then made some small talk, and I was like, alright, that's cool. The girl that I was checking out came and talked to me, that's dope. But then, you know, whatever, class ended. Afterwards, we ended up meeting up outside of class, because my school, they have like this, it has multiple bridges, or not bridges, sorry, multiple buildings connected by bridges.
I made it! Here we go!
Still alive. It's thrilling.
This stage was actually pretty easy, considering would have been a lot easier, or would have been a lot higher of a score if I just started from the beginning, if I didn't, you know, get fucked up by the some sheep. But it's a prelude of what's next.
Wow. To think you have this much will to survive. Very well. Just as I said, I, Thomas Mutton, shall be your opponent. Next time we meet, your life will be over in no time.
So yeah, we met on the bridge, in between classes. Turns out we actually had another class together, which was the next class that we had up for the day, which was astrology. Or, yeah. She actually had a class, right after sociology, and then that got canceled, like, not for the day, for, like, forever. cool. Got signed at PSN. Her class got canceled just forever, which was really lame. But she ended up after that just coming out, you know, finding out, and then finding me, and then we just started talking and hitting it off. I remember it was really funny because she used to wear contacts then, and like her eyes just was really reacting to it really badly, so her eyes were just like bloodshot red. This is really funny. So we were kind of just talking like one of her eyes, and then I was just the entire time trying to just like calmly talk to her without mentioning the fact that her eye is like blood red, and I'm just like I wasn't sure how to bring it up, right? Because this is a girl that I just met. So whatever, we just talked. We got along pretty well. We ended up going to the next class. You know, we had a good time. We got to know each other a lot better after that. And then I believe this was on a Friday, right? So then we left, whatever, went home. Or went to my next class, or whatever was the case. And I remember at that time I didn't have a computer, actually. I think, or maybe I did, I just didn't. No, I think my computer just wasn't working. Yeah, that's what it was. But regardless of the case, I remember, you know, I kept thinking about her that whole entire time, that whole entire weekend. And it was, I think, on either that Saturday, the next day, or that Sunday. I think it was Saturday. I remember, because I had went to sleep thinking about her. I just woke up, and I was on my BlackBerry at the time, and I went on Facebook, and I just spent hours looking her up. She had to sign the sheet that I had. She had to sign it so that, you know, like get credit or whatever. She signed her name, but it wasn't like chicken scratch. So I spent there a good time trying to figure out what the fuck her name was. Oh man. And then I was trying to like deduce what it was. It doesn't help that I was under the impression at first that she was actually Asian. She is not. This woman was not Asian. So I really had nowhere. And then eventually somehow I managed to actually find her on Facebook. And then I just went ahead and I added her. And then, you know, little by little, we just started getting to know each other a lot better, talking a lot more. And then it was up to the point where I was just like, one day I was just like, what the hell am I doing? This is not right. I am in a relationship. This is not good. So I was like, either we don't talk to her or we just end up breaking things off and trying to see where things go with this girl. And then, you know, I kind of was just like, you know what, I don't really want to be with Paulina anymore. So I eventually was gonna end up breaking up with Paulina, but I remember I delayed it because actually one of the days that we went to class, she was actually kind of crying, and I was like, hey, what's wrong? It turns out she had broken up with her boyfriend. I was obviously thrilled, but I didn't show it. I was like, oh, shucks. But then I also stopped for a second because I was actually planning on breaking up with Paulina at that time, but then I was like, ah, shit, I shouldn't do this now because it's gonna seem like I specifically did it just to get with her, and that might be weird. So I remember, I think I waited like a week, and then I broke up with Paulina. Broke up with her. She yeah, that didn't go too well. Or I mean, it went well, all things considered. Down the line, things didn't go too well, is what I meant to say. But anyways, yeah, we broke it off, and then I just ended up, you know, spending a lot more time with this girl, just talking a lot. I remember we had gone to Comic-Con together, and like we spent a day together at Comic-Con. It was a lot of fun. And then she had left her. She came over. Yeah, she came over after that because we lived in the same area, conveniently enough. And then we were gonna call a cab, and then we were outside talking, and I was kind of like, can we hang out for a bit? So then we canceled the cab. This was before Uber. So we actually had to call on the phone to do this. And then we came back inside. We started playing Soul Calibur. She had said at some point she was like supposedly good. Ended up beating her ass, obviously. And then she was just playing the story mode, and we were kind of just talking. Eventually she kind of like fell asleep on my bed. And it's really funny because while she was doing it, she was kind of just pressing buttons with Keelik. And she ended up beating up the final boss. It was Soul Calibur 4, so it was Abel. She ended up beating him really easily just by mashing like square or something like that. So it was a lot about fucking Keelik, if you know what I mean. But then, after all that was said and done, we ended up, you know, parting ways. She ended up going home. She left her phone I remember the next day after that, I ended up meeting her to give her phone with my friends. CurlyHairedHero was there too, and you know, she met my friends, and you know, we were about to go on our way. And I remember CurlyHairedHero telling me like, "Hey man, you should go make out with her." I was like, "No, it's too soon for that." Because I was under this really heavy impression that I should take things slow. Because I felt like the reason things didn't work out so well with Paulina was because of the fact that I just kind of rushed into things. In many regards, we kind of just rushed into that and kind of just, you know, let things play out. I figured I should take things slow, take things how they come, and then eventually things will work out, right? So that was the mentality I was doing with that. And somewhere down the line, I remember I mean, we had a lot of little things, like a lot of little moments. I wish the level was a lot harder so I can talk about it more. But we had a lot of little moments we had together. But the only one that's really significant is it was the end of the year at that point, and it was about to hit New Year's, and I spent the entire time thinking to myself, what I should do. So I went to go see her like early in the day, because we used to have this thing where I would go over and go see her at her house, and we would hang out sort of like at her stoop or like front floor, whatever the fuck you want to call it. We would hang out there. So I went and I did that, and then I left, because not only was it the New Year, but she was also leaving to study abroad over the winter recess. She went and she did that. And I kind of went home, and then after that I was talking to my friend. I was like, shit man, kind of really like this girl, and now she's gonna leave and I'm not gonna see her for a long time. I don't know if that's a good idea. And after some time, then, you know, we talked about it, and I just agreed, like, fuck it. So I ran over to her, and I talked to her at midnight, and I took the train over there, but I missed it by like a minute or three, or like I was a couple minutes late, so it wasn't, you know, midnight, but I ended up going there. We ended up, you know, making out. And it was nice and sweet and whatever. And then she left, and then she came back, and then stuff happened. Stay fresh.